All right, let's just face it. When it's this hot, no one wants to turn on the oven, or in my case, I never turn on the oven. I don't cook. But we have got just the thing to keep you cool and classy, whether you're hosting a brunch or planning a picnic or just treating yourself. There's one delicious trend that works on every occasion. We're talking about charcuterie. That's right, no cooking required, just a little creativity and your favorite flavors and a touch of indulgence. So Terrie Brooks of Terrie's Luxe Charcuterie is here to show us how to build the perfect board, sweet, savory, and totally summer approved. Good morning to you, Terrie.
Good morning.
This is my kind of thing.
Oh, mine too.
I love it. So tell me a little bit how Terrie's Luxe Charcuterie came to fruition.
Well, I've always wanted to own my own business, and I worked in corporate America for 25 years, and I decided I retired. So now I get to pursue something that I love. I have support with my family and my friends, my nieces and nephews. They work alongside of me. So now I get to create beautiful charcuterie boards.
I think that's so much fun, and you can just be as creative as you want to be.
Yes.
And let me just say, you brought quite the spread. We have like vultures in the house that have been circling, waiting for the end of this segment to look at this. You've really done a great job. So what are some of your top 5 tips for putting together a beautiful charcuterie board?
My top 5 tips are making sure we have color. You want to have, that is one of my favorite things. It makes the board pop. You have grapes, strawberries, and then you have some meats in there. You can pick it. Normally, I have like a 3-3 rule. 3 meats, 3 cheeses.
Okay.
I don't always follow the rules, and you can do that, your boards at home. Right. But we do that and have an element of crunch. So we have nuts or crackers, pretzels, or even chocolate.
All right, so you're covering all the senses of your palate.
Exactly.
And also from a sight perspective too. It's a pretty thing that you're looking at.
Yes.
And you mentioned earlier that your family has been a huge support with you. So how do you hope that something like this, the charcuterie, is going to be influencing your nieces and nephews, and also anybody that's watching right now?
Well, I hope that my journey shows them that they have possibilities, that they can follow their dreams, follow their passions. So whatever they put in front of them, they have the confidence. So when working with me, and they do work with me, they get to see the focus.
They don't get to just eat.
No, they do. They're 16, so basically they get to look at the focus, look at the discipline, the hard work. So I think it's going to set them up for great futures.
All right. So let's get building. All right, we've got the kind of after picture here. This is beautiful what you've done.
Thank you.
Then you have a mini one. I'm going to put on my glove too so that I can handle some of this and maybe take a little nibble.
Yes.
What is the beginning? You mentioned the idea of doing things in 3s.
Yes.
And that's just kind of like I've heard if you're arranging something in your house, if you've got frames,
Yes.
you want to use odd numbers.
Yes.
The same applies.
Same thing
because
applies.
it's helpful to the eye.
Yes.
All right, let's see what you're doing.
Okay, so what we're going to do is start with our grapes. I have some pieces that I call my anchor pieces. So basically, we're going to stack our grapes on there.
All right.
And then we'll have our strawberries that we lay here. Again, it's all about color and layering. All right. And then we're going to go to some of our cheeses. You can slice these in triangles. Again, different shapes and textures work really well.
And I love the fact that you can also kind of be creative in the cheeses. Like, for example, I've never seen a cheese like this. What kind is this?
This is a pepperoni marinara cheese that reminds you of
pepperoni marinara
yes.
kind of cheese. I've never heard of that.
Oh, it's delicious.
Okay, cool. All right. So
Next.
where do you get some of these ingredients, by the way?
Some of my ingredients I go to at Restaurant Depot, HEB.
Lots of different places you can go.
Different places.
All right, let's see some of the other cheeses that you're choosing.
The other cheeses, I love this one. It's a sage-infused cheese.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give this a try.
And then I pretty much align it with the colors, like you say. Let's see here.
You really taste the sage in that cheese. And that's the wonderful thing about cheeses, because they absorb so many types of flavors. That is really, really good.
Absolutely, and this is a wine-infused one, so you may like that one.
Okay, excuse me, I'm gonna load up a little of that. There you go.
I would think on that. And then prosciutto is my dainty favorite meat. It's really delicate, so what I do with it, I like to layer it and have that white little bit of piece of fat that shows off the fancy style of it.
Well, and this is something too that other people can kind of get involved in. I've had, for example, my nephew and I, he knows my cooking limitations.
Okay.
And we have brought charcuteries to a different type of event. And this is a great option, and everybody welcomes it. They don't look like you're skimping on anything, even though you didn't turn on the oven.
Right.
And you can bring something that's really impressive too.
Yes.
So as you're building this, I'm not being very helpful to you, but I'm gonna maybe pick some of this pineapple. You have classes too that people can come. I want to hear about those.
We had our first class and it sold out. I was so grateful. It was Terrie's Bottles and Boards,
All right.
Luxe Charcuterie experience. Folks came in. We had ladies from all different backgrounds, from different parts of the Metroplex. We laughed. We had connections. It was just a wonderful night. It was electric.
Can.
Yes.
You can sit, you can talk, you can visit, you can nibble.
Absolutely.
It's a perfect way to just socialize and have fun.
It was.
Congratulations on
Well,
your success.
thank you.
I'm really happy for you. So remind us where people can find you.
You can find me at terriesluxecharcuterie.com and also on Instagram and Facebook with that same name, terriesluxecharcuterie.com. And we have a couple of classes coming up. One in September that's going to be in Frisco, McKinney, and then a second one that's going to be in Cedar Hill, Texas in November.
All right, if my sister's watching, I want us to sign up.
Come,
Laura,
sign up.
Pay attention to that. Okay, thank you again for coming. I appreciate it.